Welcome all. I'm here with Haroon and Usman Sheikh from AG, the band. Um, who's Haroon and who's Usman?
Haroon.
Haroon,
Usman.
obviously.
Sheikh.
Sheikh. We're here for an interview for CoolMuZone and HaniArif.com. We'll get straight down to questions without wasting much time. First question is AG seems to go from strength to strength with every song of theirs. What is the USP of an AG song?
The
The
unique
unique
selling point.
Yeah, I know. I'm not that. I'm not.
Yeah, that's great.
Unique selling point of Og. I'd say you answer that.
Unique selling point. I think the term selling point makes it a bit impersonal, but I guess the uniqueness of us is that we try to be versatile with our sound. I mean, it started off. I mean, our debut single was Og, and that was the way it was. And
Which is a fusion.
yeah, very fusion Eastern
very different
meets
kind of fusion.
Western.
That we personally haven't seen any bands here
do that. I mean, even till now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and every next song that came after the previous one was different, and it was like completely different.
So,
I mean-
maybe what we try to do with every song is that we try to just experiment and find a new sound. It's we're working on our first album, so what we're trying to do right now is to really discover what our sound is
And what it could be, rather.
exactly. We just like to play music and have fun with it.
Yeah.
So
And I guess for the unique selling point, that's for the fans to decide what they like most about us. So whatever the fans say.
I don't really care much
Yeah.
about that.
Okay, that's good. Next question is it clear that AG is very focused, and from the beginning that the visual medium which AG presents, it's right there, so every song comes out with a video. If you don't have a commercial aspect attached to your songs, what do you think, or why do you think a video is important?
Good question, actually. Well, I believe that every time I used to put my headphones on, listen to any song that I used to listen to, every time you use, आपके mind में कुछ imagery आती है, ठीक है ना? और हर एक के आती है, हर एक की different होती है, depending on उनके experiences और उनका exposure और उस हिसाब से. लेकिन in terms of color at least कुछ चीज़ें हैं जो कि हमारे अंदर call them stereotypes or being a part of a bigger collective consciousness, हम कुछ thoughts और कुछ feelings होती हैं जो colors के level पे हमारे एक दूसरे से मिलती हैं. तो what I believe is कि just even though कि music videos जो start हुई थी वो एक commercial aspect की वजह से ही start हुई थी, लेकिन I feel कि आप एक और medium, एक और sense को जब आप access करते हो तो आप उसे अपनी horizon ज़्यादा expand कर लेते हो in terms of communication.
I mean,
At the end of the day, if you're making a song or you're translating it onto a visual medium, what you're trying to do is you're trying to communicate, right? You're trying to tell a story. You're trying to tell the other person about something that you feel or whatever.
I think ये historically भी होता है. I mean, if you look at, for example, classical composers, we're really into Baroque classical music. So if we talk about J.S. Bach, he has this piece called Air, which plays a lot on weddings for some reason. But it's like a really peaceful, really beautiful piece of music. And it was called Air because it made him feel like a certain mountain range that he would relax on. And the air and the flow and the whole peacefulness and serenity of the whole thing. So if a piece of music from a classical composer can be called Air, it means that you do naturally associate visuals with music. So
I
guess
personally
that's
feel
where
कि
that comes
music
from.
videos जो हैं उनका reason ज़्यादातर मेरे लिए ये है अभी तक at least कि I try to उस गाने को मैं बेहतर communicate करना चाहता हूँ. अभी 2 videos जो हमारी अभी तक release हुई हैं और 2 lyric videos जो release हुई हैं उसमें ज़्यादातर basically मैंने यही कोशिश की है execute करने की कि मैं उस चीज़ को बेहतर translate कर सकूँ एक और medium में rather than उसका commercial point of view देखने के.
आप लोगों ने अपनी एल्बम की बात की अभी, that you guys are on to your first album. Don't you think the age of making an album is over now and it's more about your singles?
Well, it kind of is, but at the same time, um, पाकिस्तानी कॉन्टेक्स्ट में मुझे आइडिया है, मुझे इंटरनेशनली मुझे इतना आइडिया नहीं है इस बात का. आई थिंक के एल्बम्स जो है दे मेक द आर्टिस्ट, यू नो, दे गिव देम द रिकग्निशन. पीपल यू नो रिलेट के अगर एक आर्टिस्ट ने इतनी एल्बम्स निकाली हुई हैं तो he's been around, you know, for that
It's
long.
really a question about eras. I mean, you talk about any famous band. For example, when you say Metallica, what do you mean by Metallica? The first 3 album Metallica, Black Album Metallica, Saint Anger Metallica. They have eras of bands and the sounds they were more drawn to at the time associated with albums.
Exactly.
You know, it's never associated with a song. Well, a song is a song.
Exactly.
It's 4 minutes or like 12 minutes if you're Dream Theater. But, you know, it's associated with albums. And I think that's why an album is important. It's for the recognition of the time and
It's basically
the
nothing. It's just categorizing the similar feelings into one thing or a time, basically.
Exactly. And it's like, this is what we were feeling. And this is like...
Back in 2000.
And this is the sum of it.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think is more important, your lyrics or the aggressive sound which you guys have in your songs?
Aggressive sound.
The aggressive sound.
The screams and
Oh, okay.
that rock element of it.
Oh, the hard edge.
What do we think is more important?
Yeah.
I think whatever that helps you communicate your idea better is important at that certain time.
Mm.
You cannot, rather than I'd say कि भाई हम तो aggressive band है, हम तो चीखें मारते हैं, लेकिन ऐसा कोई सीन नहीं है. मतलब basically हर अगर आप Place We Used to Know सुनो, तो I'm not sure if you've heard that, but you know.
It's like the English single we released a while ago.
Yeah.
It's the one released before Johnny to.
It's
I
like
believe.
really, you know.
Yeah, it is the kind of thing that you wouldn't expect a rock band. I mean, if you talk about our previous singles,
Exactly.
they have had an harder edge, more or less.
And if you listen to Viran, you know, we can.
And then you listen to Viran, you listen to Place We Used to
Because
Know.
it
you go
depends
like,
on
where'd
कि
that
किस
come from?
mood में आप क्या communicate करना चाह रहे हो, उस हिसाब से मतलब.
And as far as the lyrics are concerned, they're once again there to communicate something that we want to communicate.
So that way, you know,
They're sort of like a guitar part, you know. you
every
play-
sound is important. At the
Yeah.
end.
But there's something very simple and at the same time very attractive about the lyrics in an ARG song.
Well, thank you, first of all.
Simple and attractive. I'm not sure what to say to that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Some would say it's a Gangnam Style, but I don't say that. I'd say because it's simple, but it appeals. Not in the Gangnam Style way. It
Yeah.
appeals in a
I
different way.
don't mind that at all.
No, it's a different way. It appeals to you in a
Yeah,
different
but
way.
there's we could never dance like that, so we should just forget about
You
it.
just did actually.
I might.
Oh. He might.
But yeah, I do understand what you're asking. No, I mean stating, but I'm not sure what to say to it. I mean, I just write what I write, and you know, whatever is like in my head at that certain time, I just write it down, and you know, it just goes on from there.
Aapka Bewafa also, your cover version, was also very much appreciated. Most of the people that have listened to it say it's much better than the original. What's your next cover?
What's my next cover?
Hmm.
What's our next cover? It's
Tracking your notice.
yeah, we're working on it. It's basically Yaar Dadi Ishq Atish. It's Saraiki ke andar ek folk song hai. Ustad Jumman.
It wouldn't sound. It would sound very different, of course.
It will sound very different.
I mean, you've heard Bewafa, you know what kind of thing to expect
Right.
in
Yeah.
terms of different, but
It's
and
probably gonna be the heaviest song that we're gonna be putting out. So far.
probably.
Interesting. Name a current favorite song from a local act.
Hmm. Current or like all time?
Not all time. What do you
Current.
think is good and is new?
क्या अच्छा सुना है हमने आजकल?
I like what Chaos has done with Umeed. Umeed is a great song.
Umeed is a nice song.
I mean, there was this whole
But that's
album.
not that current. I mean, it's.
Yeah, it's a sort of current. It's
a
a
current song.
it's a tricky question because we listen to so much music at one time
Right.
that it's hard to remember who did what. And eventually,
I like that guy, Faraz Haider. You've heard of him?
yes,
Karachi में. He's pretty. I feel he's producing great music.
yeah,
I think ये मतलब अच्छा काम कर रहा है.
Right.
मतलब I'm happy.
it's the
with
kind
that
of
guy.
thing you want to listen to again.
Exactly.
Whoa, cool.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, I like his work in general.
All right. That's about all the questions I have. But I guess what all the people want more is a little piece of a song which you guys can play, like an impromptu session.
Sure.
Just a couple of lines.
There he goes in the vocal booth to get his acoustic.
I hope the guitar's fine.
Oh yeah, we're very intense.
That's fine.
What do we play?
Play a little bit.
What do I play?
Just a little bit of Johnny too.